In this video, I'll show you the new way of targeting buyers on Facebook using micro angles. And this is something that nobody's talking about. Everyone is still using the old way of targeting buyers on Facebook. So what's wrong with the old way of targeting? And the old way is using interests, lookalikes, and custom audiences to target buyers on Facebook. So what's wrong with interest? People get labeled with an interest after showing interest with other brands. So for example, once customer is labeled with an interest, you are competing for crumbs, which leads you to overpaying for a premium audience. Like if someone is interested in a beauty product, for example, they go to a website or they make a purchase of a beauty product, then they're labeled with a beauty interest, and then that customer, that person who's seen those ads, is just like getting hammered with other ads for beauty products. And if you're targeting beauty interest, then you're competing with all of those people for a small audience, which leads to massive CPMs. Just try it yourself, or maybe you've tried it yourself already. Just try some of these interests and see how high of a CPMs you will get. Now, what's wrong with lookalikes? The problem with lookalikes is the size. Typically they're only a few million people, which is kind of like sounds good on paper. It sounds like a lot, but it's not, because Facebook wouldn't show your ads to like millions of people. It will show your ads to a segment of people that are most likely to buy. And you cannot scale with such small audience. It will exhaust itself. You might get some few purchases. Maybe it will be profitable first few days, but then it will die very fast. So it's usually capped at a few $100s per day in ad spend. And if you're optimizing for purchases, then Facebook is already trying to find people who are most likely to buy and just using the prior data from the account on who purchased your product to find you more buyers. So using lookalikes just defeats the purpose. What's wrong with custom audiences? Size. Again, these are small audiences, and let's say you upload your customer list into Facebook. Maybe you have 100,000 people on it. Facebook won't show your ads to 100,000 people. It will match maybe like 20, 30, 40, 50,000 max. And then the rest of it won't match because of the privacy policies, right? Like some of those people don't want their data to be shared and used for advertising. And that's why custom audiences are also very small and very unscalable. So what is the new micro angles way of targeting buyers on Facebook right now? There's a few elements to this. Number one is broad targeting. We're not using lookalikes. We're not using custom audiences. We're just focusing on age, gender, and location. That's it. So for example, here we spent $642,000 on ads just in a month of September. And I want to show you inside of some of the campaigns here where we spent the most money. For example, this one here spent $296,000, and I want to show you the targeting, right? So we opened the one that has the most spend. So for example, this one here has $55,000 in ad spend in just 1 month, which is pretty cool. And if I show you the targeting on this specific campaign, you can see here, we only have the age, we only have gender, we have all demographics, interests, and behaviors. We didn't limit the reach by any of these factors here. We didn't use any interests or behaviors or demographics to lower the reach. And I want to show you the estimated audience size, 79 million people, right? So you would think like, oh, this is too big of an audience. This is too broad. How does Facebook even know who to show the ads to in this massive audience? But if you think about it, like Facebook has so many data points. As long as you give it like the right product, as long as you give it the right ads, the right creative, which we'll talk about in a second, it will show these ads to the right people in this huge audience. But at the same time, it gives Facebook enough flexibility to go ahead and find these buyers for you instead of you trying to kind of like nail the algorithm and play with algorithm and try to find these like smaller buckets of people that are very competitive, that you'll be just fighting for crumbs with other advertisers and you'll be overpaying with CPMs. So when you're setting up your campaigns, just keep it as open as possible. Like just age, gender, that's it, right? Like location, obviously you don't want to target, some third world countries, but this is it. Right? You don't have to be sophisticated in order to do well here. You don't have to sit in your ad account all day in order to make your Facebook ads work. And by the way, all of these campaigns here have open targeting. So we spent $296,000 just on broad targeting campaigns. So what are the benefits of this setup? It's more stability. You can scale faster and more aggressively. You have less creative fatigue because Facebook simply has enough room to expand and show your ads to the right people. It simplifies the account, makes it a lot easier to manage, and also it allows you to compete on your creative and not media buying, because based on media buying, you cannot win anymore. It's not like 2020 or 2016 anymore where you're like, I want to find this like secret audience that no one else is targeting. That's how I win. It doesn't work like that anymore. Facebook has so many data points on everyone. It knows exactly who can buy your product. So as long as you give it the right inputs, the right creatives, it will show those creatives to the right people. Now, I already expect some of the objections from crybabies here. Like, it doesn't work for me. Like, if it doesn't work for you, probably your creatives just suck, right? And you trying to push these like mediocre creatives in front of people and people don't want to buy from them. And then you think, oh, Facebook is broken, or Facebook has some kind of conspiracy against me, or I have to go like this very special, very targeted, like super targeted audience in order to make it work. No, just work on your ads, make your ads better. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Now, you also might think my product is too niche for broad targeting. That's also not accurate. Like, you might have some sales with some smaller audiences if you sell like a niche product, but overall, if you want to expand and if your pixel has enough data, then you can just expand to broad audiences and you will do very well. You might also say, I have new ad account and I don't have a lot of data to go broad because my pixel might be not seasoned yet. If you have like new ad account, then you probably also don't want to waste your budget on testing interest. You might just stick with broad audience, let Facebook figure it out, and then just focus on quality of the creatives that you're supplying to Facebook in order to make it work. So why does this strategy work? In order to understand it, we have to understand the algorithm. So how does Facebook target buyers? It's not in your campaign settings. It's not in your ad set settings. It's your ad. Your ad targets buyers. And each ad that you run will attract a different size of potential buyers. For example, ad 1 may resonate with larger audience, while ad 4 will only target a smaller audience. And that's why you might see big difference in spend between ads if you're running more than 3 ads in one ad set. Some ads just go ballistic and they can spend thousands of dollars per day, and other ads simply won't even spend. So also with Andromeda update, which happened like a few months ago, now Facebook is a lot more personalized. What does it mean is, like, instead of having like one huge angle for all of your ads and one concept, for example, you might use UGC or image ads or VSLs. Now it's a lot more personalized. There is a lot more personalization and filtering in order for Facebook to show your ads to more relevant people. So before, you might have had, a bunch of ads specifically for one angle for your product, and then you just put a bunch of similar ads together. You just have different hooks. Now you need a lot more different concepts, a lot more different angles, a lot more micro angles, which I'll show you in a second. And only then it will achieve the scale that it needs in order to spend money profitably. So how does Facebook do that? How does Facebook like personalize all of your ads for a specific type of buyer, specific type of person? So when you create a Facebook ad, then Facebook takes thousands of data points, like your copy, your creative text, your image. So if we take, for example, skincare cream, like in this example, like if you have this ad, right? So now this ad would go after people that are interested in healthy skin. Why it's for people that are interested in healthy skin? Because this person here, it looks like the person who has healthy skin, right? Like, it's very simple. Then also it will go after people who are young or want to look younger, right? So that's another like filtering criteria that Facebook will use to show your ads. It will show your ads to people who are likely to use skincare products. Why? Because you mentioned skin in your ad copy. Like, literally the page name says skincare. The person here is like looking like they have pretty good skin. It will also show your ads to people who struggle with wrinkles. Why wrinkles? Because the age of the person here is about 35, 40 years old, and Facebook understands that that kind of person might be interested in products that cure wrinkles, because that's the age when women start to care about wrinkles. And obviously it will go after women because there is a woman here. If you had a man, then probably it will show your ads to a man, and it will automatically detect that there is a man in the ad, and it will try to show your ad to other men. So you can see how it works, right? You give Facebook all of these insights, you give all of this data, and then Facebook takes information from what you give to it and tries to put that ad to the most relevant person at the relevant time, to the person that can buy your product. So if you think about your social media feed, like social media algorithms are so good at showing you exactly what you're interested in. So if you like some content from makeup or gym or business or cars or guns, it will show you more of that content, and then your whole feed will be populated with content about that topic. So Facebook ads algorithm works in exactly the same way. So this is how Facebook finds winning audiences. You launch your ad, it gets initial set of impressions. There will be some people who engage with your ad, and there will be some people that don't like your ad. So after that, Facebook will try to find more people that are like those people that just engaged or like your ad, and it will try to show your ad to them. And then it will go again and again, trying to expand that audience to find your ad to the most relevant people who are likely to buy your product. So once you understand this concept, it will allow you to target more of your ideal audience, people who are likely to click and buy from your ads. So now, how do you build micro angles that target your ideal audiences? Because again, you don't want to have one massive angle for all of your ads. You want to have a bunch of micro angles that resonate with different segments of your audience and get buyers from each one of those, but then combined, all of these small segments of the audiences combined, they come to huge amount of buyers. And we can find these micro angles using AI. You need to understand this about your audience. You need to understand who they are, what are the common characteristics, what do they know so far about the problem that you're solving? What is the level of awareness? Have they tried other products before? Who they are, where they live, just go like super granular. And manual research about this previously would take like days. Now using AI, you can do it very fast. So I'll use this brand here as an example. It's called Cure Skincare. They sell different beauty products. I basically have this prompt that will extract customer data about this brand, about their customers, about specific quotes that their customers are using, and then analyzing their competition as well, analyzing specific customer reviews. And you can see here, these are like very good micro angles that could be used for Facebook ads. So for example, this one here, I had my doubts, but the cure claims to solve many of my problems, right? Many of my concerns. So the source here, the angle is the skepticism, right? And so what do you want to do here? So for example, if you had access to this kind of data, then some of your ads would address this skepticism. It's one of the micro angles that you would use to get people to buy your product. Another one is here. It's way less painful and jarring on your skin. I only need to do this for 5 minutes every 2 to 4 weeks to get results. Boom. Ease of use, right, of this specific product. It's another micro angle that you could use on your ads to appeal to the segment of people that care about the relief and also the speed of use. Like you don't have to use this product every single day. And so here, another one, too expensive for what it is. I did my treatments, which still wasn't very successful. So people are complaining about the product. In this case, it's like value perception and results not meeting expectations. Like in this case, like one of the micro angles could be overcoming these objections that people have and explaining why the product is that expensive. Like you have to explain, okay, our products are more expensive because we use these kind of ingredients, we source them from this country, we have, these expenses in our business, and that's why the product costs what it costs. And if it didn't work for you, maybe something that you did wrong, or maybe you didn't use the product properly. So now all of that can become a material for the ads that you're using. Another micro angle exercise is here. It's called 5 whys drill. So for example, the needle tops don't fit, right? So user cannot use this device properly. Why? It's because without proper fit, the microneedle system fails to function safely. Why? That means wasted money and risk of ineffective treatment. Why? Because that means they might continue to see their skin concerns worsening. Why? Because deep down they fear losing control over their aging appearance and investing in tech that fails me when I need it most, right? Boom. This is the micro angle. And by the way, like all of these prompts here, I won't go through all of them because there is so many of these. And these are all like micro angles that you could use if you would sell, this specific product. I hope you don't. But if you want all of these specific prompts that I'm using here, I have them all in this document along with all of the results that I got from it. If you want all of that, just DM me AI on Instagram and I will send it over to you. There should be my Instagram below this video. Just DM me AI and I'll send you all of these prompts. Now, So as we go through this, we also discover some different audience segments for this specific product. So it's not just like one big audience, one big angle, like most people do. That's why their ads don't scale. That's why, they're trying all these targeting options and it's like just fails them. You can see young mothers seeking revitalization, right? So late 20 to early 30s, right? So they have lack of sleep, hectic schedules, and that's why, they cannot dedicate enough time to their skin. Their values, their motivations, they care about self-care and regaining confidence. They're active and social, often sharing tips with peers, and relationship status, frustrations, and hopes. Another segment of this audience here is midlife career women embracing anti-aging 40 to 50s. And then you have older and retired beauty seekers. Now, you can see it's basically the same product that's being sold, right? If we look at this product here, pretty much the same product can appeal to different segments of buyers. This is what people miss. So most people think that like there is this ideal buyer that they're targeting, and they're trying to hammer that buyer with all sorts of ads, but they don't understand that there's within that buyer's audience, they have different customer profiles. And once you understand it, and once you start creating ads for these different profiles, your ads become a lot more scalable, because all of these ads that you'll create will appeal to different segments of your buyers. But then again, once you start adding all of those segments up, it will help you to scale your ads like never before. I have another prompt here that has researched different marketing angles for this specific product. So now you have all of these different audiences, you have all of these different pains and desires and hopes, and also you have a bunch of angles that you could use right away. And AI researched all of this for me in like 10 minutes. For example, you have acne scars, right? So you can talk to people specifically that have acne scars. You have post-acne dark spots. You have post-acne redness. You have dark spots and uneven tone. So there's different symptoms of people that are likely to buy this product depending on the symptoms that they have. Also, there is different ways of targeting buyers based on their circumstances and different stories, emotional stories. Like for example, if someone is, let's say it's like 40s, 50s, and they have a daughter and they go to a daughter's wedding, and it's like emotional kind of moment, and everyone at the wedding thinks that that person is a grandma, not a mom of that person, because their skin looks like shit. Now, that is very emotional stuff, right? And so you can use that story to resonate with people who respond to emotional stories. So that is another micro angle that you could use. Mother of bright radiance, so that's the one that I just mentioned. Prom night prep, right? So this is for, person maybe just a little bit younger. Reunion ready glow, right? New mom self-care. Like after giving birth, she's thrilled with her baby, but shocked by stretch marks and sagging skin. The postpartum period can leave new moms feeling less confident about their appearance. We're launching romance, right? Divorce and re-entering the dating scenes. Another avatar, another micro angle that you could use to sell your products. Holiday family reunion. And you can go on and on and on. And like once you start digging into this, like you'll discover that you don't have the problem with targeting. You have the problem with the research of your ideal customers that buying your product. And you'll also discover there is much more and many more potential customers to buy your product that you originally sought. And then you will unlock the room to scale. So again, if you want me to send all of these prompts to you, just DM me AI on Instagram and I'll send it over. So let's see this in action, right? There's this brand that's scaling right now on Facebook. They have over 6,000 active ads. And what they do with their ads is they're appealing to different micro angles. For example, they have this benefit, lose hormonal fat, right? So this is one of the angles for their product. This one here says daily ritual for body and mind, right? So it's not talking about fat. It's not talking about, losing weight. It's talking about daily ritual for body and mind. Why? Because some people will respond more to this than they will respond to losing fat. Some people care about certain things more than other things. But then they have a bunch of these, right? They have no better way to start the day. Another one here, soothes your gut. Like this is for your gut. It's not for losing weight or losing fat. It's about making your gut system more functional, more user-friendly. Another one here is lose weight. Again, menopause is no joke, but this helps. Another one, segment, right? So it's gradual like segmentation of your audience with these micro angles that will make your targeting work. And then you can just use broad targeting for Facebook to have enough room to find all of these people within your audience and show their most relevant ads to them at the most relevant time. This is what works right now on Facebook. This is what most people get wrong. Most people go this like nitty gritty, like playing with ads manager, trying to outplay the algorithm, and it simply doesn't work. This is what works right now. This is what will help you to scale your ads, and this is what will help you to make your ads a lot more profitable. So the two most important things that you have to start using right now, number one is the broad targeting. Don't limit the algorithm. Don't try to outplay the algorithm. And number two, you have to use the micro angles for your ads in order to appeal to different segments of buyer and in order to play along with the Andromeda update, which has ruined so many businesses already, and it will ruin yours if you don't apply the micro angles concept. And by the way, if you want me and my team to help you put this all together, structure the right creative strategy, structure the research process, and structure the process of testing all of these micro angles on a weekly basis, then book a call with my team and we'll see how we can help you. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched until this point, subscribe to my channel and I'll see you in the next video.